Okay, so in Workbench, open up DPaint III, 64 colours. Now the trick is there's no add frame shortkey, but if you push A after you create a frame, it will create more frames. So that's a cheat's way of getting it to run like this. I might have to download the manual to see if there is a shortcut key to do this in Brilliance or Personal Paint 7. So once you've done that, create a folder in Work, just, I don't know, make up the name and call it Z-Bucks or something. You save it at Work because you can access this folder from your Windows Explorer. Whereas all the other files are buried on an HDF file, inside an HDF file. So open up Brilliance 2, save it into the directory you've created on Workbench, and click the save. It has to load all 400 frames. You can't make one longer than 400 frames, otherwise Jask Animation 3 will say you don't have enough memory, even though you've got 8 gigabytes of RAM like I have on this 64-bit laptop, which struggles to create a GIF file out of DPaint images, pushing it to the limit there. Anyway, so you save it as sequential frames. So what that does, it saves every single frame as an IFF file on the Amiga. Then I'm going to rename the file types so that you can access the file straight away in Photoshop. So this is all about converting DPaint images to Photoshop images, going from the old to the new. So it'll take a while to save 400 frames. Then go into the folder Dugic, I've called it Zabitic for no reason at all. Copy and paste that folder, then open that folder and delete all the .info files which Windows don't need. So there's 400 files to delete. As you can see from the file size, I had a 40 megabyte hard drive in my 1200. One animation would probably fill up the whole hard drive. So copy and paste that, then you open up a program called Renamer, which I've downloaded, doesn't cost anything, it's freeware. Drag all the 400 and whatever files onto the drag your files here thing. Try and save it as AIFF, but it won't, so it saves it at AIFF instead. If you don't click these buttons, it just says, I can't do that. So it's changed it to AIFF. Now just unclick the box, and it changed them to IFF. Now you can access them straight away from Photoshop. Doesn't need to be converted to BMP anymore, which I thought it did be. Don't have to. You can look at all the frames in Bridge. Cool, eh? Okay, so here's an IFF file loaded straight into Photoshop. I set up an automate an action, I mean, to convert 400 frames to BMPs, which I don't have to do anymore. But I thought about it and think you could actually set up an action to convert all these files to plastic wrap if you wanted to, or just add random effects on each of the frames to make it look weird. So that's what that's doing, that's plastic wrap. Okay, then you load up the old Animation Paint Shop or Animation Shop 3.04. Import all the IFFs from the folder and then export it to a GIF file. Now, if it's over 400 frames, this will say, oh, there's not enough memory on your computer, even though you've got 8 gig. If it does that, you save it as a .mng first, then close and open up the program, then save that as a GIF, and it works every time. As you'll see here, it's going to complain in a minute. Oh look, you don't have enough memory on your 8 gig laptop. Oh, we'll do it anyway. Alright. And this is it, as a GIF file, being played in Mozilla Firefox to view it. Or as in this case, I've just dragged it straight into Sony Vegas. And you can just play it like a movie clip. Pretty basic. Then you can convert this to FLV or MP4 and take it straight into Flash. Cool, I will show you how to do that in the next tutorial. I do tutorials.